For Niagara Falls in a barrel. Steve Trotter has been a man with a mission for 10 years. Today, he's a man with a headache. He and a friend survived the falls yesterday, but will they survive the fallout? We have exclusive home video shot by Steve's brother. Bill McGowan has our story.
Go, boys, go!
It took only 15 seconds for Steve Trotter and his partner in crime, Lori Martin, to roll over Niagara Falls in a barrel. But the stunt that caught the nation's attention wasn't just done on a whim. This death-defying, and some would say crazy stunt, took years in the making.
Steve Trotter. Yeah. See you, buddy.
Steve Trotter began his quest to break every Niagara Falls record almost 10 years ago, when he first went over the falls in a barrel.
Like an elevator with no cable, you know?
Just a free fall.
Yeah. It's for his action.
In 1985, when he was just 23 years old, the Fort Lauderdale bartender, protected by only a flimsy plastic barrel covered with inner tubes, took the 180-foot plunge into the rocky waters beneath Niagara Falls.
Was I hurt? That little scratch.
He may have walked away with only minor injuries, but those who know him best say that's when Trotter really became obsessed with the powerful waterfall. And from his Florida home, more than 1,500 miles away, Steve Trotter plotted the ultimate stunt.
Lush and I are filled with pep, vim, vigor.
One that had never been done before. To be the first couple to go over the edge. A flirtation with death? Well, his brother Dan says Steve never leaves anything to chance.
He's been a thrill seeker. He's not, the people say he's a daredevil, he's crazy. He's not. He thinks these things out. This barrel has been in works for 5 years now. I mean, every dime and every minute of his time he puts into it, and he's not just a sicko grabbing a trash can and going over the falls. It's very high tech, and he's not an idiot.
Everything's a go.
The ponytailed daredevil has been working double shifts at the Rock Candy Bar in South Florida to realize his dream. And with the help of 3 engineers from a yacht building firm in Fort Lauderdale, Trotter was able to build this high-tech barrel.
I'm trying to figure out how to put these lights in here.
6 years ago, he started building this, and it's been a process. I mean, he spent $20,000 building this. Of every quarter, he'd come home from the bar and put his quarters in the jar and add it up at the end of the week and put it in his barrel.
Nobody fall in the river, please. Everybody chill out for a minute.
The $20,000 fiberglass barrel was strengthened with Kevlar foam, the material generally used to make bulletproof vests, and equipped with underwater air tanks, just in case.
More people back here. Come on, push. We need more people back here. Ready to go.
The capsule was then transported by a rented Ryder truck almost 2,000 miles across the Canadian border. Steve Trotter was hoping the stunt would be a special Father's Day present. So with the help of some friends and his brother Dan, they brought along their 73-year-old dad, Russ, and the group checked into the Brock Hotel overlooking the falls. But all did not go according to plan.
How you feeling, Steve? Great.
Just 6 hours before the scheduled stunt, Lori Martin, a former co-worker of Trotter's, volunteered to jump with him after his original partner had backed out.
She was a standby, and basically, the girl that was supposed to go looked at the falls, said, forget it. Lori hopped right in, did it.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're so ready. This is the view from the hotel room with a crazy lady that's taking the dive.
Going for it. It's all or nothing. All or nothing.
Basically, 8:15 came, we all went to the truck, had the crew put them all in, harness them in, put the air tanks, set the air tanks up, get them in.
It's pretty tight in there, Stevie. How you doing, Bubba?
All right, I got it.
Everything's a go.
Drove them right to the edge, backed up, pulled the ramp out. I got out, pulled the ramp out. I had another guy with me and 6 people in the thing like this.
It was 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, and the group was finally ready.
Go, boys, go!
It took the force of all of them to push the 10-foot-long, 1,100-pound barrel into the rushing water. And as the barrel holding Trotter and Martin surged toward the falls, their once fearless ground crew started to show signs of worry.
Are they in a good spot? Where are they?
And when the barrel crashed into the rocks along the shore, worry amongst the crew turned into panic.
They're not getting out of the barrel, man. They must have stopped Billy, dude. He's got to get out of those rocks. Then how much oxygen does he have? All right, they don't have a radio.
As the water pounded the battered capsule, it became a race against time to free Trotter and Martin.
He should be out by now.
We knew they had approximately 45 minutes worth of air, and that time was ticking.
But the pair was plucked from what could have been their watery grave to safety by the Niagara Falls police.
If we didn't get Steve and Lori out today, they'd be expired in the barrel right now. They wouldn't be alive.
Both Trotter and Martin were charged with trespassing, criminal mischief, and violations of the Niagara Parks Act. And perhaps the wisest word of wisdom came from Lori Martin herself, although a little late.
Let's do it again?
No. No. Only if they double dared me.
And even Steve Trotter, at least for now, says he's seen enough of these waters to last him a lifetime.
Intense, very intense. I won't be back here again, for sure.
Lori Martin will be held for one more night in a Canadian jail. Steve Trotter's fate is less certain. This, after all, is his second offense, and the Canadians take the stunt rather seriously.